Okay, Coach, it is a brisk night in the Midwest as we bring you football from Paul Brown Stadium in the Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
That's it, baby. We're going to work. Protect. 180. 57. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Point it right. Point it right. Point it right.
Mayfield on first down. Steps away to his left. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Regular. 50 seconds. Mike, 50 seconds. I'm coming. Hey, Mike, 7. Hurry. 50 seconds for Mike. Man out.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. This one caught by Isabella. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch the screen. Watch the safety cream. Regular.
On 2nd down and 4. Mayfield. That's out to Chubb, complete. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
First down, Mayfield. That ball complete to Isabella. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. They're going to have to do something with him. He was so sensational last week, over 200 yards. AFC Offensive Player of the Week, what do? You hold him?
That's a good start as long as you can get away with it. Otherwise, just giving up penalties and free plays for the offense. But I think you've got to do a combination of things. Chip it his timing at the line of scrimmage, have extra people in the territory for him. You've got to do everything and change it up from snap to snap.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mayfield throwing quickly out to Beckham. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. We were just talking about him pregame. 3 tackles for a loss. Last week he thought he looked so explosive on film. Starting off good there. Another one in the first quarter.
He's every bit of what you described. And I don't want to make it too simplistic, but right now for him, it's see ball, get ball. And that's what he's doing really, really well, and he's doing it in the offense's backfield.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
57. 5. Hurry. Hey, on 133.
To throw, Mayfield. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Regular. Check 31.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Hey, team 6. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. And we heavy on the edges.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They've now produced 3-yard gains on 3 straight plays. Leads us to 4th down.
Back. X3. 218. Chopper. Run.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Nick Chubb stops short. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game.
Set up. 60 outlaw. Squeeze, double. Check. Crunch. Big grip.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, alert!
A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. 2 seconds to go, 1st quarter.
It's going to be a long day. Hey, exit. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Hey. Real. 56 to Mike, boys. 56.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
180. Mike, 56. Hey, alert.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Baker Mayfield, a 4-yard touchdown scamper as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Under 10. 10. Shoot. Ready.
Now Joe Mixon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. 2nd and 2. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Hey, box truck.
1st down. 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Flush to his right. Got a man open, it's Ross. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play.
Down. 10 Lobo.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
It's our time. 29 is the mic. Hey, Alpha. I got one. 5.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Check right. Watch it, 5. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Back to throw here. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
At the Browns 7-yard line.
Ready?
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
22 jet bomber. You go. You got tight right there. Switch. 55. Yeah.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And it's caught. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Go now. 30 base. It's 59. Mike to 59. Here we go. Clear. Here we go.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. It's their quarterback taking it in as they are now on the board here in the first half. Bullet good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Forced out to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free.
57 to Mike. Hey, you. 57. Mike, 57.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
36. Hey, we're 33. 56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
25. Check 25. Check 25. Blue draw Corker. Mike's 50. I got it.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Check nine, check nine.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Chubb running right. He will push his way down to about the 14. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The Bengals drive about to get going. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
We ain't beginning to turn you up. Smooth. Watch the eye. Go. Check, check. Go back, go back. We got motion, we got motion. Back up, back up.
2nd and 3. And this one complete to Smith. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Got it. Check, Mike 54. Line 54. I got it. Hit it.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Airing one out for Boyd. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This will be taken short.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 27 yards there, a first down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Come on, D. Check.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Kill. Alert flare.
Back to throw now on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 20-yard line. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. C.J. Uzomah. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead is now 14-10. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A give running right is Chubb. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hey, pick your game up. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
2nd and 5 now. Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there and a first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Hey, we're 33.
Here's Mayfield. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
Mixon with it. Oh, and now some space to operate. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. 2nd and 10. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Got a man. It's Ross. Complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Watch twist.
Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go tight end. Let's go right here now. Hey, high 7.
Here's 2nd and 8. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross with touchdown number 7 on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. This is caught inside the 15. It's a gain of 35.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll give it to Chubb, and he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, touchdown number 18 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Shift. Take 4. Sponge. No.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. They'll run here with Mixon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Shift.
A first down throw for Mayfield. That ball complete to Isabella. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Mayfield throwing quickly out to Beckham. The reception good for 7. It's third down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Throwing, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Andrew Billings able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up fourth down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Hey, check Mike 57.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. He finds Beckham complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Mayfield now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Got 4 down. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Here I come. 57. Hey. I got you. I got you.
From the gun, Mayfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, exit. 53's to Mike. 53. Check 53. What we got? What we got? What we got? Big grip. Big grip.
He'll look to throw. Got his man. It's Eifert. The reception good for 7. It's third down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll set up to throw. Got a man open. It's Ross. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Mixon. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check. Fresno.
Look at this, a tight end carry. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away.
Check 26. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 31. Get it.
Quick throw, complete out wide here to Green. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They come out here in the eye. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Check 50. Check 37. Check 32.
Nixon trying to punch it in. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Here's a run with Mixon. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy.